We do bands, we do DJs, we do national acts, we do speed painters, character artists. We do the craziest things. If you think it, we've got it. And if we don't have it, we'll find it. We will not disappoint. That is our promise and commitment to everyone. And have a Breezin day. Hi, this is Cindy Dervich, CEO of Breezin Entertainment and Productions, and I am joined by my executive team, Jesse Wilcox and Michael Dervich.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi. On Breezin Chats today, our guest is the Senior Catering Manager at the Godfrey Hotel Cabanas Tampa. She is a proud alumnus of the University of South Florida, where she obtained her Bachelor of Arts in Communications, a network and social media guru. Our guest stays active in the community as a member of several networking organizations, including the Secretary of the Tampa Bay NACE chapter and on the ambassador for the West Shore Alliance Committee. She is the proud founder of HYPE, Hospitality Young Professional Executives, established in 2018, and also Young Elite Professionals of the Temple Terrace Chamber, established in 2008. In her spare time, she enjoys attending WWE events with her husband, love that, and spending time with their 2 dogs and 2 children, enjoying the Florida lifestyles. Please help me give a warm welcome to our friend, Lauren Ibey.
Hey, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Super excited. We just chatted a moment before you came aboard, so congratulations on your 1-year anniversary almost to date.
Thank you so much.
At your new property, and we're going to just jump right in because you've done so many amazing things this year, and love that you've gotten involved in our hospitality industry and some of the things that I know a lot of people don't know about. I was very interested in you speaking, and Jesse will get to it, about the HYPE organization, and I'm going to just let Jesse take it from here.
Awesome. I'm so excited to have you because I feel like I could call you my friend. I've known you for so long. I don't even know how many years it goes back now when I first met you, when you were at the Region, I believe.
Probably about 7 years.
Yeah, but I always learn something new when somebody's here, even though I feel like I've known them for so long. So I'm really excited to have you and kind of learn more about you. And we always like to get started, just get a little background. Where are you from? Where'd you go to school? I know you're a Bull, so I'm excited about that. But give us a little more information about kind of like...
Michael, should we leave now?
Right.
So I was born and raised in Tampa, specifically Temple Terrace, Florida. So I grew up there, my family. I have a younger sister. My whole family is actually USF alumni, which... Of course, I wanted to go into Go Bulls. As far as school, I went to Blake High School for the Performing Arts downtown. I actually was there for singing, specifically in the choral department.
Maybe
and I also
spelled some notes out for us in here.
Maybe later. So I was lucky enough to attend Blake. I was also on the dance team, so very active when I was in high school. I was student government. I was in all different clubs. I did a lot.
Is that not surprising?
Right, like totally.
So I feel like it kind of led me to my career in, the hospitality events industry. I got definitely a very good upbringing. I was very lucky to, have a great family that supported me throughout everything. So after college, I basically decided I really wanted to get into the event industry. I went for communication, which is very relevant in events.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to work for the Greater Temple Terrace Chamber of Commerce.
Wow.
So that's where I pretty much got my start, which I'm very thankful for. I started off as their administrative assistant. I was there for 5 years. In those 5 years, I learned to basically run the entire membership. I worked with a couple different executive directors, which were amazing. Barbara Sparks-McGlinchey, she's my mentor. She really helped develop me, and she gave me the opportunity to become the coordinator of member services, which I put on all of our events. I worked on our business expo that was about 500 different attendees and vendors, and it grew into now like thousands and thousands of attendees. It's at Pepin every year. We actually just participated with the Godfrey, and I stay very connected with that group because I started their Young Professionals organization. which I'm very proud of. I kind of saw a need to bring the younger generation into that chamber. Because growing up there, I was very active around the community, and I had a lot of different professionals that I interacted with. So I kind of wanted to have a safe place for them to come to. Not a safe place, but a place that they felt welcome as in the business, comfortable. Yes,
Yeah.
comfortable.
Well, it's hard for young professionals to get started. Networking is not always an easy thing.
Yeah, I feel like when I grew up, I was pretty shy actually, like when I was younger. And then like in high school, I developed, a little bit more. Obviously, I was trying to stay very active. And then college, I was involved too. I was in University Singers. I was in a sorority at one point. I did a lot of different things that, kept me involved. But I felt like being involved in the chamber, like that really helped develop me as like my networking style. Because you go out there and you don't know, you're young. I was in my 20s when I started there, and young 20s, and I didn't know how to
talk to, what to
talk
about.
to, how to market yourself, that kind of thing. It was all kind of like new to me because you're coming out of college pretty much. I was actually enrolled in college like part-time when I was working, so I finished up my degree, but it was very intimidating, like going out to these events, where you didn't know anyone. And so luckily in Temple Terrace, I did know that community because I grew up there. So I felt comfortable. But, a lot of the younger generation, I feel like right out of college, you don't know what to do. So when I graduated, it was great. And then I had interns that I brought in from USF, and I kind of helped train and develop them, which was awesome. But yeah, that's... after the chamber, I did a lot of different event industry titles. I worked at the Regent for a while. I started out as their events manager, moved on to director. I did that for a while, kind of focusing more the wedding aspect. I think that's where
we met. Yeah.
I didn't remember that.
Because she worked with Julie.
Okay.
And Julie, what was her name? She moved back to Canada, didn't she, recently? Yeah. But what was Julie's last name?
Jateau?
Yeah. So that's
shout out to Julie.
Shout out to Julie. I don't know if you're listening, but she was a client of ours for a long time, and we loved her. And she introduced you to Breezin.
Yeah.
And that's when we started participating in your shows and doing events over at the Regent.
Yeah. So I did a lot there. I was there for a couple years. After that, I actually worked for Working Women in Tampa Bay. So Jessica, I know it was a very short time, but I felt like I needed to, networking was really my passion at that time, so I really wanted to get out and do something that was kind of empowering for women, and just being in Tampa.
So with Jessica
Ravelli.
Mm-hmm. She's coming up on the podcast
awesome.
soon. Yeah.
We love her.
We work with her all the time at the Godfrey, and she's kind of followed me along my career, so it's amazing. I worked for her for a very short time, but I was her director of development, so I actually was lucky enough to travel around Florida and promote Working Women in Tampa Bay, which that organization is phenomenal, what they do and their foundation. Amazing. And they're really, this community needed something like that. So I think she was one of the, founding organizations for networking that I felt like I was comfortable with. And, everyone in that group is just so, you guys have been to the events.
Well, yeah,
very welcoming and
very
supporting
sweet.
And
they have great educational opportunities, and they have great guest speakers at some of their lunches, and
do a lot of combinations. They partner a lot with the South Tampa Chamber now.
Oh, nice.
Quarterly, I think they do.
Yeah.
I think it's tomorrow, maybe.
Next week,
that's tourism luncheon.
So many networking events.
Yeah, there's
see you
so
again in the morning.
Yeah, there's so many. I feel like it's hard to keep up in Tampa. There's a lot, which is a great problem, because I felt like when I was first working with the chamber, I did all their networking events, but branching out, and then I got involved in the Brandon Chamber and the Riverview when I was out in that area, and then more in the downtown area when I started working for Working Women and all over Florida. So it's nice seeing all the different kind of organizations.
We're really growing.
It's insane. Being from here, Tampa native, it's so amazing to see the growth.
And I know we've touched on this before at some networking events. Like literally every single day you could go to a networking event. Yeah. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner,
and see new faces.
And see new faces, exactly. Me and Laura talked about that before.
I actually had someone reach out yesterday to me and said, "I see you do a lot of networking. Can you recommend some groups?" I'm like, "Well, where do I begin? What size? What industry? What this? What that?" He's like, "Really? You can narrow it down like that? Like you really can? Like really narrow it down based on
really
what
just
you
Google
want."
too. You Google, and there's some that we all don't even know about that are just free
or just
ones
not enough
to
time.
go.
Right.
Just not enough time in the week.
So what did your path take you after Working Women?
After that, I actually went to hospitality staffing. So I did that because I wanted to kind of see that. I just wanted to get as much experience in all the different kind of capacities that, the hospitality industry had to offer.
Yeah.
I was very familiar with like the membership side and nonprofit from the chamber, and then obviously sales and coordinating and managing at the region, all that, and then Jessica, obviously networking and doing more events and things like that. But, I wanted to kind of see like the backside of it. So hospitality, my husband is an executive chef. So I got to work with him a lot when I was doing staffing. I did a lot for, it was express employment, but we staffed for like Pepin and like other kind of, companies, which was great. So I got to actually handle like the culinary side of it. I staffed for like servers, bartenders, like all that kind of, not
Is that what their
bartenders.
specialty is?
It was actually just all types of industries. I kind of took on the hospitality part.
Gotcha.
So they had me because of my background, kind of work with that. But I loved it. I mean, it was great. I loved being able to help people find jobs. It was so fulfilling. It was very high pace, I would say. It was something that I wanted to experience. Before I knew I was going to end up back in, event sales kind of thing, but I wanted to do that just for a little bit to see.
It's funny, when you say high pace, I wouldn't have thought of that as a high pace.
Well, they probably get a lot of last minute,
a
like
lot
I
of-
need 15 servers.
It's more like,
I was thinking more job recruiting.
Hey, 5 of them didn't show up.
Yeah.
Lauren, where are
Yeah.
they?
Oh gosh, welcome to the Godfrey.
So yeah, we'd have, a client that would need, 10 servers or, last minute.
Yep.
So, or we'd have people that, our temps, temporary staff that wouldn't show up or things like that. So then we had to replace them. So I was there literally. I had my car had like a rack in it, and I had black uniforms.
Shirts,
So I had the shirts, I had the ties. I mean, I would literally just
Meet them there.
I would be like show up in a
Find someone on the
black
side of the
t-shirt,
street.
find whoever you can. No. I mean, the good thing is we had so many people on call, but I mean, it was still like
If you got notification in advance, get to the opportunity to replace them. Yeah.
You're right, but we all work in the events industry here. That opportunity doesn't always precede itself.
Right.
It's we need it now, and this happens.
Everything
so,
is right now in this world.
it was very it taught me how to definitely think on my feet. I mean, in events, that anyways, but it was very, the industry's awesome. I love staffing. I think it's I have a lot of friends, in the community that are involved in staffing and have that
Either
as their
involved
career.
in it or probably rely on it for constant jobs.
Yeah, and a lot of obviously event venues and hotels, they use staffing, so it's nice being on the sales side of it again. But then I know what they're going through because it's the industry is ever changing, and you could have, like I said, like pop up tonight for 100 people. Where you're going to get the staff? It's great to have staffing on hand. And there's a lot of different hospitality staffing agencies too, and things like that. In the area, Tampa's filled with lots of.
Speaking of those changes, Lauren was just telling us that she was a little late, but she had a 100-person pop-up at her venue tonight, so the changes, they definitely do happen.
Yeah, so
we made it work.
Think on your feet, that kind of thing. Yeah. So tell us about your 1-year role here at the Godfrey. What's your position, and what are you in charge of?
So
what do you do over there?
I do everything now. We do a lot. So I've been there a year now, and I started off doing just corporate events, which I would say my specialty. I worked with the Yacht Starship cruises and events before this, so I started off there doing social events, then I did corporate events. So I knew when I wanted to switch, into the hotel industry, I wanted to stay in the corporate side of it, which I was lucky enough to get a position as the corporate sales manager at the time. So basically everything from booking to servicing to the banquet event orders. I had more, at the time we had a director of catering, so it was a little more, not as much hands-on. She had another opportunity, so within a month I actually got a promotion to the Senior Catering Sales Manager, and I kind of took over all the markets at that time. So I had about 3 months where I did everything, the weddings, I did social, corporate, and we were growing like very quickly. So we were lucky enough, about maybe like a few weeks after I had hit the 3-month mark, I think, doing that, 2 months, we hired Madison Downs as our social and a wedding specialist, catering sales manager. So she's amazing.
We love her. I remember her from the
She's at the
Tampa
Tampa Club.
Yeah.
She's great. She's very motivated, and she's an amazing person. And basically, her and I are, a 2-person show when it comes to the catering sales side, which is great. We have a banquets manager, Georgina. She's amazing. She came from Starship with me, and she's awesome. We work together there.
Over?
No. She had been in transition a little bit, so she had heard that we had an opening. When I started, we didn't have a banquets manager.
I didn't realize she was there. I still have her at her other friendly little place.
Yeah, so she's great. She is very organized, so she keeps us organized. She knows how to think on her feet. Like tonight, it was a very stressful situation. So it's just having that staff in place and knowing what to do. But I mean, as far as my actual job, I mean, obviously selling, do a lot of marketing actually, which is awesome. The Godfrey is amazing. We don't have an actual marketing manager on site or anything like that. We work as a PR team, which I'm very involved with the communication on that end. But I mean, as far as myself, I've branded myself throughout the years. So
you've really made a big difference. I really think that you've put them on the map in this area.
Thank you.
As soon as you started working there, you're on every platform. Did you teach all that to yourself, or did you?
So yes, I did. Actually, when I was at the chamber, after I graduated, I started my own social media training company.
Very good.
Wow.
So I'm like, so I did that kind of on the side. It was a part, I had my own, I did it for a few years, and I knew I needed to focus on just having, the stability and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I taught myself how to do everything. I was really into blogging for a while. I did, Blogger and WordPress and things like that. And then from there, obviously Facebook kind of took off, and Twitter and Instagram and everything else. There's so many different social media.
Platforms.
Yeah, your
So
social
many-
media
so
is
many-
great. It's
Yeah,
funny. When
your
I first
LinkedIn,
moved here,
LinkedIn. I love
think,
LinkedIn.
I don't know if it was Jesse or Cindy. They were on their Facebook. And I was like, "Who's this Lauren Ibey girl?" She just keeps popping up on LinkedIn and popping up on Facebook every
Posts a lot.
day at
Yeah.
every single networking event.
And you were so generous to us because every year we do our charity magazine launch, and you offered your home to us and expanded out to Waters, and we had the most perfect night there,
The weather was
weather-wise,
perfect,
and
yeah.
it was just.
That was a beautiful day.
It was. We couldn't. I hope we can do it again this year
Yeah,
somewhere
that'd be
with that
great.
sunset that just landed in our laps. It
that
was
was
just
gorgeous.
amazing. But you have the cabanas. If people haven't gone out there, to tell us, because I think a lot of people are a little confused between the Godfrey and
Sure.
the water, and
Where
that
it
still
is.
is that a.
So, the Godfrey, Oxford Hotels, they're our owner. So the Godfrey, we're the first in Florida. We have 2 others, one in Chicago, one in Boston, but we're the first one in Florida. So one thing unique to our hotel brand is that we have a lot of very interesting event spaces. So we have indoor outdoor options. So when they basically did the renovations, when it used to be the previous hotel, they wanted to bring an outdoor space to that area. It used to be Hogan's, which a lot of people still think it's Hogan's. So I'm
I
trying
used
to bring
have
brand
volleyball
recognition.
tournaments out
Yeah,
there.
so there used to be a volleyball court, and they had the bar and a lot of different things. It was dressed, it was decorated in Hulk Hogan's colors, the red and yellow, which I'm a huge wrestling fan, so that's pretty cool to me. But I never saw it when I was there, so everyone always tells me about it. But I'm like, you have to come experience
It was
the new.
crazy.
Oh, you've been okay?
No, just driving by it
Okay.
on a Sunday or a Saturday night. It was.
They had a mechanical shark out there. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. So the mechanical shark, actually, we have that shark, and it's painted.
Oh, is that
It's
the
like a
same
mural.
one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Where was
it's-
that at?
It's painted out there. Well, I have
You have to
pictures
show
I'll
me.
show it to you.
Yeah.
It's got water all over it, and it's a bunch of different colors. And
That's cool.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. So then they decided to keep water separate from, because they do a lot of events out there. Can people do that through the hotel as well?
We actually book events through the hotel side. So I can book buyout events at Water, WTR, and we do have pool parties on the weekend as well. So we're more trying to bring it together as a cohesive kind of unit, because obviously we own Water. A lot of people think it's a completely separate venue.
Yeah.
It's not. The way that we sell it on the weekend is it's run through a production company. So they sell the cabanas and things like that. But as far as catering wise, I can sell it corporations, to local social, like your event we had, all that kind of thing.
Yeah, and we're doing another one. Bella's having
Bella's having,
there.
yes,
Yeah.
I know, the cruise family, that's
Exciting.
going to be amazing.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of people don't know that we can hold up to 1,000 people out there. It's amazing. You can bring in, draping, uplighting. You can cover the pool with plexiglass. You can have your logos in there. You can put some Lobos. Bless you.
It's contagious.
So I mean, it's a very versatile space. But yeah, we are one. So people that are interested in booking, I've booked holidays party out there. We've had parties at the Tiki Bar.
Do a lot of convention stuff too, no?
Yeah, so we have a lot of groups that come in town. They'll stay in our hotel. We have 270 guest rooms on site, which is amazing. A lot of people don't know, we have that many rooms.
Yeah.
'Cause we're only, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, and I know we go back and forth from Clearwater all the time, and driving by there during the holiday times and seeing all the Christmas lights that you guys did last year was beautiful. And you literally can see that from going over the Causeway Bridge all the way. So you guys do a great job.
Thank you.
With the property and just selling it like that.
Now, if somebody wants to learn more about the hotel or book a room or contact you about booking an event, what are the different platforms that you can let our listeners know how to get in touch with you?
So we are on Facebook, we are on Twitter, LinkedIn. I have my email address, obviously, but we're pretty much everywhere. Our website is amazing. It has photos of all the event spaces on there, so they can actually request a proposal directly on our website, which is awesome.
And that's
GodfreyHotelTampa.com.
And when the podcast comes out, the listeners will get an opportunity to be able to click on your links. They'll be hot on our platforms. I would love you to expand a little bit about why you felt the need to start Hype. And tell
Okay.
Tell us all about it. Because we participate, we love the networking events, and I was just asking Michael today, when's the next one? I want to make sure I go to the next one because I missed the last one y'all had at Bula. So, what made you get started, and what is it about, and what does it do for the people in the hospitality community?
Sure. So I basically had the dream of starting Hype when I was in the chamber. I was like, I want to start out some new organizations. That's my goal. You talk about like 5-year goals, things like that. And I wanted to have a hospitality specific networking group for young professionals.
I'm not allowed to go.
So we try to welcome.
I'm a youngster.
Our age range is 21 to 40-ish.
Ooh, I just make it.
So, we try to make it kind of more, in that capacity as far as the age range. But I mean, we welcome everyone. We have people that come in from, the industry. Julie Cortina is my other mentor, and she's amazing. She works at the West Shore Yacht Club. She came last month, and I know you were there, Michael.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to be there. She's like, I'm sorry, I'm not in the age range, but she was amazing because she would walk around and she was like so inspired by all these young professionals in hospitality.
Yes.
And I mean, you don't think about how many there are of us in the community, and I mean, it's great. Like we try to just, we have networking events that are after hours. But we're trying to bring in the educational aspect too. So we've had speakers before. We've had like Michelle Renee come in and speak and do like a nice program on like getting out there and, how to brand yourself, which was great. Our members love that. It's basically just an open networking organization. I mean, we don't charge to go as of right now, which it could change in the future. It has been getting a lot of new people that are coming out. But it's
about hype.
Get hyped up, yeah. So, it's great. Like it's been my dream to have my own networking organization, and my husband helped me come up with the name. So he's technically our co-founder. But yeah, he's been really supportive, and I kind of take on everything as far as the event planning side of it, and having booking locations. I know you guys were so gracious to have Boa Gastro Bar.
Yeah.
You connected me with them, and that event, Michael, is that we had, I think, our largest turnout ever.
Yeah, they have a nice rooftop up there.
Yeah. And it ranges from month to month. I mean, we could have a month where there's 15 of us. We could have, a Top Golf hosted us last year. We had about 40 people there, 30, 40 people.
Wow.
So, I mean, we love to kind of network, and kind of joined with other organizations too. So I was really involved in the Young Travel Professionals of Tampa for a while, and now it's changing into a different kind of organization. So we're trying to bring some of them in because, I mean, you have like cruise planners and things like that. That, I mean, they're in hospitality.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you have restaurant owners, like everyone's in hospitality.
So no rules except that you need to be between that age of 21 and 40.
And be industry specific. So
Industry specific.
basically
Something in
hospitality.
You work for a hotel, a restaurant, or
Yeah, I think that's
Hotel,
hair,
restaurant.
makeup, kind of.
Yeah, hair, makeup. You can be a vendor, DJ, you know, whatever. We've had all types of,
wonderful.
you know,
Yeah,
guests.
you'll also, you'll share when we put it up. You'll send a link if there's a private a Facebook page for that. We
Yes.
can let the readers, because I think we have a lot of young on the podcast people coming aboard. We're sharing it with them, and they want to know where all these people are and who you are, and we're big mentors of the
Yes,
young.
thank you.
We have a big internship program, so
That's awesome.
we really love. We should actually have our interns start going to that.
Yeah,
definitely.
we'd love to have them.
Most of them are 21.
If they want to come out, that's fine. I mean, I say 21 because usually it's happy hour.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if they want to have a drink, our hosts usually provide like a drink ticket and some light apps kind of thing. It's kind of open networking, but we usually go around like you saw last time, and everyone gets to introduce themselves. A lot of
Nice.
people are still new
to the
to
area,
networking.
new to it, yep,
You know,
teaching
new
how
to it.
do
So
yeah.
we're trying to teach them and guide them. And, you know, everyone was there at one point, like, 21, I'm 36. So I've been, in the industry for a while, but,
You're still babies.
And
You're still a baby.
When is the next hype event?
we actually, in August, we're going to be meeting on a Thursday, and it's going to be August 1st. And West Shore Yacht Club is going to be hosting us. This, I think, is their second or third time hosting us. They're very gracious. But we've done different kind of programs there. So we did one inside. This one will be outside, actually, at the Tiki Bar. So it's going to be fun, interactive. We're going to have some, like, cornhole. And we try to make it as fun as we can. We don't want it to be, like, a stuffy networking event. We always do raffles, which is really fun. So
Jeffrey,
anyone...
watch out. You know when Jesse wins them all.
You win them all. I
I'm
do
really
win
lucky
some-
with the raffles,
sometimes.
but I buy a lot of tickets too. So
She sure does.
I participate every time.
Yeah.
It all evens out.
Yeah, you guys brought a raffle last time, so
Oh, yeah.
thank you. But yeah, a lot of people like to, we offer an incentive if you bring a raffle, so you get to actually, speak about your item in front of the whole group, and then it's extra promotion for your company. And then I maintain, obviously, all the social media for Hype, so you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, it's under Hype Tampa Bay. We do hashtag Hype Tampa Bay, but hashtag Get Hyped Up, all kinds of fun
It's
stuff.
a great name.
Yeah, the name's
Great name.
perfect
It's
for
perfect.
Thank you.
the group.
Good
Yeah.
job.
So, like to end on something that maybe tell us some maybe travel plans or something exciting or something personal that you want to share with us that you've got coming up.
So I actually just got back from Cincinnati for NACE, the national conference, which was amazing.
Actually, I saw that picture last night. Everybody in the car.
Yep.
You guys going out.
We all went out. It was very educational. It was kind of like I was looking forward to it all summer because I won a scholarship this year. I'm the secretary for the board, so that was very exciting. I was in my element because everyone's in hospitality and everyone's in the events industry. So I went there. Let's see, we have some WWE shows coming up. There's one
I
in
know
Orlando.
you love WWE. How did you get into that?
So my husband's very into WWE. So when I met him, we started watching wrestling. I watched it a little bit before then, but nothing like this. And then we just started going to the shows.
Yeah.
So, and we just got really into it.
So I'm sure you already have your tickets purchased
For the convention.
WWE.
big,
Yeah.
SmackDown.
For WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yes.
WrestleMania.
We already have our hotel room booked. We are already. We're
Is it at the
invested.
Godfrey?
It's downtown, but we're hopefully at the
get a
Godfrey
group,
going to
yeah?
get some.
They wouldn't let you have a room.
I know. I'm just gonna be there the whole time, but that's our big vacation next year, even though it's a staycation. So that's gonna be. When that was announced, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's like the Super Bowl.
It's
for
like the Super
wrestling.
Bowl.
And they said it's
Millions and
one of the
millions of
top
dollars
5 major sporting events for attendance and for what it brings
we're
to
excited. We're
the
gonna
area.
volunteer as a group
Yeah.
and get
Oh my
involved
gosh.
somehow.
Well, that's so fun. That's so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate you've always supported Breezin. and all of us, and you guys always come by and deliver goodies, and
we really do appreciate it.
We just love your friendship and being good frienders to us.
Yes, good frienders, and love that you are keeping the hospitality alive to the younger professionals. It's really, really important. So we love having you here.
Thank you so much.
Look forward to many, many more years of collaborating and partnering together. And as we always say,
have
a Breezin day.